Zack Goitowski's ex Irina Solomonova quickly made a name for herself on Love is Blind Season 4, albeit not in the most favorable light. Despite her vulnerability surrounding acne scars in her first talking head, Irina quickly devolved into a petty monster and was described by Zack, a 31-year-old criminal defense lawyer, as vicious. Between her attempts at sabotaging fellow competitor Bliss Poritazadi, a 33-year-old senior program manager, and giggling on the couch with fellow mean girl Micah Lucier, a 27-year-old marketing manager, Irina became a Love is Blind Season 4 villain by the end of the first 5 episodes. Unfortunately for Zack, he realized far too late that Irina's blunt yet genuine nature was actually just plain malicious, despite her insistence on the contrary. After Zack made the mistake of proposing to the 26-year-old business owner, their meeting conveyed anything but love at first sight. Irina refused to kiss Zack and admitted that she thought he would look more normal, whatever that meant. During their disastrous trip to Mexico, the two thankfully decided to call it quits, and viewers were left on a cliffhanger with Zack and Bliss seen on a date after arriving back in Seattle. Irina is focused on her career after Love is Blind Season 4 according to her Instagram. Irina seems unbothered by the broken engagement and thrives post-Love is Blind Season 4. She is an entrepreneur and runs her own business, Solo Collective, which is a clever play on her last name. Clearly capitalizing on her newfound fame from Love is Blind Season 4, Irina's latest Instagram posts introduce her business and feature what her company is all about. Based on the latest reel, it appears that it is an event planning company, but the descriptions feature such flowery language that it's difficult to deduce what it is she actually does. Does Irina have a boyfriend after Love is Blind Season 4? As is the norm for cast members of Love is Blind, there is no indication of relationships post-filming on Irina's social media. Her Instagram is largely filled with photos of her event planning, landscape shots, and selfies. Although it seems fairly certain she and Zack are through for good, her pursuit of Paul Peden, a 29-year-old environmental scientist, leaves that possibility open for question. Paul proposed to Micah, Irina's bestie in the pods, and as of episode 5, Paul and Micah are engaged. One of the main catalysts for Irina's motivation to break up with Zack was her immediate physical attraction to Paul. When the cast members met up for a disastrous pool party, Irina and Paul connected over their mutual love of Russian food. Paul did not back down from flirting with Irina, but Micah largely didn't notice at the time, as she was openly hitting on Kwame Appiah, a 33-year-old sales development manager engaged to Chelsea Griffin, a 31-year-old speech-language pathologist. Although Micah and Paul are engaged, anything can change in an instant on Love is Blind. It's unlikely that Irina will grace the screens of Love is Blind Season 4 until the reunion, aside from her confrontation with Micah about Paul, seen in the previews for the next slew of episodes that release March 31st. Irina opened up recently to EU about using her mean girl antics in the show as a coping mechanism but didn't comment on what she's been up to in her personal life aside from running her event planning business. Irina made a horrible impression on Love is Blind Season 4 with her manipulation, maliciousness, and open disdain for Zack. She never had anything kind to say about other women, relished in their emotional pain, and even backstabbed her only friend from the show by pursuing her fiancé. Though she openly admitted to Zack during their breakup that she wasn't treating him well, she did nothing to change her behavior. Luckily for Irina, Her event planning business appears to be thriving and bringing her joy, and maybe that will help her build the confidence she needs to be a more empathetic person. Although Irina wasn't cut out for a reality TV romance, perhaps the clout will enable her to build her business without cutting other people down in the process. Viewers will have to wait to get the full scoop until after the reunion. Love is Blind releases Fridays on Netflix. Sources: Irina Solomonova, Instagram, EU.
Love in a modern world is fake when love was meant for joy too. When I find you, I realize that somehow we lie. Love in the modern world, it is fake when love was meant for joy. I know that he hurt you. Your 5 inches of heart is human. Can you be sure? No.